Every tree cut down is like a stab in the hearts of the livelihood of the Ogiek. Ogiek are southern Nilotic speakers who live in the Mau and other forests in the Great Rift. Times have changed, but the Ogiek endeavor to conserve their way of life. Through history, the Ogiek are known to be hunters and gatherers, dwelling in the deepest parts of the forest.
Ogiek zamani ni watu walikuwa wachache sana, na Ogiek si hapa ndio walianza kuishi. Walianza Nakuru huko. Ogiek ni watu walikuwa hataki wasungu, hataki kabila ingine, maana watu wa msituni. Kazi yao ni kuishi msituni tu.
To the Ogiek, beekeeping is consecrated, providing them nourishment for the body and soul. In spite of modernization, the Ogiek have stuck to their traditional way of constructing beehives and harvesting honey. Dixon Lasingo, an apiarist in Kiptunga village in Mau Forest, is preparing to construct another beehive. He's among the few tasked with this responsibility.
Hii ndio tulikuwa tunaonaga kina mzee akifanya, na pia nasi tukakuja tukafuata hiyo mtindo, na ndio tunaendelea naye mpaka saa hii. So nikichonga hivi, tachonga mpaka ikamilike. Imekuwa mbili. So sasa ni kuunganisha misinga na kutengeneza, kufunga.
While some of the Ogiek beekeepers still carry on with traditional systems, some members of the community are practicing beekeeping among the cultivated fields by using modern beekeeping techniques. Dixon's neighbors are set to prepare a midday meal as he departs to harvest honey. Interdependence, unlike the urban contemporary way of life, is still held strongly. Some indigenous trees found in the forest contain medicinal properties which locals use to treat various ailments. A good example is the stinging nettle, which is widely found in the Mau forest and has been used for hundreds of years to treat painful muscles, joints, eczema, arthritis, gout, and anemia. Evidently, the Ogiek have deep knowledge and understanding of the diversity of trees and flowers, which they use to their advantage.
Hii ni dawa ya kifua, na huwa tunatoaga mingi, tukipata tunapeleka nyumbani. Alafu tukitengeneza, tukitoa tunaenda kukausha. Tukikausha, ya pili tunasiaga. Tukisiaga tunachanganya na mafuta ya kondoo ama asali.
For the Ogiek, biodiversity is very important for medicinal purposes, for the hives and flowering for the bees. So every plant is very important for the Ogiek.
They walk with a spring in their steps as they trade a path walked by their ancestors. This spot in Kiptunga, Nakuru County, is a place where the present and the past intersect. Dixon stops to light a fire in the olden way before going up a tree to harvest honey. It is a tradition that has remained for centuries in their community. It is an undertaking that is risky, yet one he enjoys immensely. The Mau Forest Complex provides a reliable environment for this economic activity to thrive. Honey has medicinal value and is given especially to children and older people.
A cultural expression is a right that is entitled to everyone. So you have the right to practice your culture. So they should not be denied. For maybe hunting, they should be given licenses to hunt what they need to hunt during the specific ceremonies. So these laws are curtailing them from practicing what they used to do.
The Lesingo brothers join a group of hunters, bow and arrow in hand, as they seek the day's prize. The forest is home to a variety of wild species, but the Ogiek mainly hunt bushbacks, antelopes and hyrax. After a while, they split into two groups in an attempt to make work easier. As Dixon waits for the rest of the group to chase the animal towards him. Sadly, today is not their lucky day. Historically, women play an integral role in maintaining our cultural traditions and values. After preparing the midday meal, Jepto, Chep Korir and Jeruto indulge in the making of mursik and mutoget, a small bag of hyrax skin which is used to carry honey after harvesting. These women are also into artistry, like weaving of traditional plate from the tabororiet, which they used in serving meals. This is a traditional women's recreation activity still practiced today. This cultural practice helps in bringing togetherness among the community members. In an effort to conserve the Mau forest, the Ogiek community today has embraced a system known as Shamba System.
Ilibuniwa after the Forest Act 2005, ambapo the act recognized the community to be part and parcel of the conservation process. So we formed the CFA, and then we took out a management plan. We signed an agreement za zile mambo ambayo tunaendelea kufanya ndani ya msitu which are friendly to the forest.
This initiative was started by the government to encourage the locals to engage in farming practices while at the same time planting trees.
Kitu ya kwanza ilifanyiwa piloting kama kwamba tunaweza anzisha mashamba msituni na tupande miti kama inaweza faulu.
This method has been achieved through the community forest associations, whose mission is to ensure the Mau ecosystem is restored for future generations. However, the relationship between the Ogiek community and the forest environment has drastically changed over the years. Modernization has greatly affected the Ogiek cultural heritage, thus reshaping their livelihoods and eroding their rich cultural identity.
We have the forest being gazetted as a protected area by the government and referred as areas and water points and water catchment areas. So this changing their livelihood on what they used to do. And the forest for them was not even only a settlement and or for shelter. They used the forest for their traditional ceremonies and many other things.
In order to find their true identity in a world that is fast changing, members of the Ogiek community are still struggling to find their place.